because every time you build a building, you lose a drone, you lose a harvester, you lose income, and on top of that, you lose minerals. Now, okay, sometimes you need to put up static defenses like these spine crawlers, like these spore crawlers, but you need to put them up. You need to put up just the right number. You don't want to put too little, because then you might just lose. You might take serious economic damage, or even just outright lose the game right there. But you don't want to build too many. So as you can see, he lost 7 harvesters. He would have had 29 harvesters as opposed to 22. Second of all, that's 700 minerals worth of spore crawlers. That's just too much. That's that's 2 expansions. That's 2 hatcheries, and on top of that, 2 drones. I mean, he really put down too many. And why did he feel that he needed to put down so many? And again, this was also the mistake I pointed out with too many overlords, is because he didn't feel safe. Now, obviously, he was put under pressure, and you shouldn't feel safe because he was being attacked. He was playing defense, and he didn't have map control. He couldn't expand. He wasn't feeling safe. But that doesn't mean you need to go all out on your static defense. No, that means you need to work on your building placement, because with the correct building placement and with the proper units playing defense, he could have just gone 4, maybe even 3 spore crawlers, because if he got one here, one here, one here, that would have been fine. And then the rest of the area that the spore crawlers didn't cover, he could have covered with his queens, with those 3 or 4 queens. But he didn't do that. He just went all out in spore crawlers, and on top of that, again, he didn't really uproot them. He didn't change the position. He was just panicking, and it's the same with the overlords. I mean, his overlords got sniped. Like, he was supply blocked only by 1 overlord, or maybe even 2, and then he just built 7. There's no reason why he would build 7. I mean, just build 2, build 3 overlords. But I know what he was thinking, because I used to think in the same way. You're like, oh no, my opponent's killing off my overlords or my supply. Like, for example, as for me as a Protoss, oh no, he killed off like 2 of my pylons. I'm supply block. Now, in order for me not to get supply block like ever again in the game, I'm going to put down 10 pylons. Now, this is a big mistake. Sure, your supply will rise, but you just spent 1,000 minerals worth in supply when you really needed only 200 minerals spent, or 300 minerals spent. This is big, because then the rest of the minerals you can spend actually on units, or on expansions, or on workers, or on something that will help you win the game. Overall, like I said many times, both players made quite big mistakes. I mean, we can see that they're quite new players, or maybe not new, maybe quite inexperienced players. But basically, the things you want to do, the essentials you want to do, the essential things you want to do in StarCraft 2 that will improve your game. Now, I want to note that, wow, he's using control groups. Hey, that's good for you. That's one thing you're doing right as well, Ducan. However, there are a couple of things essential things, such as constantly building workers. Now, with Zerg, it's a bit more difficult, because there are certain times when you need to like build 6 or 7 drones at a time, and then you need to build units. Now, I'm not very good at Zerg at all. This is the reason why I'm not good at them, is because I don't know when to build workers and when to build units. But make sure you check out the Zerg forums, post on the StarCraft 2 Zerg forums, and post a thread, or just look at pro level replays and try to mimic their play, and see when they make the drones and when they make the units. However, a general StarCraft 2 rule is to constantly be making workers, because this will make your economy very, very good. Second rule is pretty much constantly making units. Now, like I said, with the Zerg, you can make 7 drones at a time, so you don't have to constantly every second make workers, but you can cut workers and then make 7 at a time, but then make 7 units at a time. But anyways, you get. I hope you get what I mean. Is that you need to be constantly producing, and there were times in this game when these two players, weren't really constantly producing or expanding. I will cast 3 other replays by Ducan. I know this is a very long one. I hope the 2 other ones won't be as long. Hopefully I won't have to go through many things after like the replays finished like I did in this one. So I guess I'll see you guys next time.